In this video, I'm going to define the electrodes and explain the types of electrodes. What is electrodes? Electrodes can be defined as conductors that are used to make electrical contact with a non-metallic part of the circuit. Electrodes are commonly used in electrochemical cells. An electrode can be classified as either a cathode or an anode. Now, I'm going to explain the difference between them. The anode refers to an electrode where oxidation is taking place, or where electrons flow out. And the cathode refers to an electrode where reduction is taking place, or where electrons flow in. We have three types of electrodes. First type is metal-metal ions electrodes. In the second type, the metal is covered by a layer of hardly soluble compound. And in the third type, the inert metal immersed in the electrolyte of oxidized and reduced forms of an element. In this type of electrodes, a simple metal electrode immersed in a solution containing its own ion. These electrodes consist of a pure metal in contact with a solution of its cation. The equilibrium potential of these electrodes is a function of the concentration of the cation of the electrode metal in the solution. The electrodes are reversible with respect to the metal ions. In the electrochemical cell, the electrode having higher oxidation potential undergoes oxidation and acts as the anode or negative electrode, and the electrode having lower oxidation potential undergoes reduction and acts as the cathode or positive electrode. Here's the general form for line notation and the general form for the reaction. In this type, the metal is covered by a layer of hardly soluble compound of this metal, salt, oxide, and hydroxide, and it's immersed in a solution containing the same anion of this compound. The equilibrium potential of this electrode is a function of the concentration of the cation of the electrode metal in the solution. And here's the general form for the line notation and the general form for the reaction. Calomel electrode is the most common electrode from the second type. This electrode consists of mercury and mercury chloride molecules. The electrodes of the third type are also called redox electrodes. It's an electrode that performs a reaction by electronically transferring metal to a solution phase interface. The active substances of these electrodes are two ions with different electricity prices of one substance in the electrode liquid. Inert conductor's metal is usually platinum. And here's the general form for the line notation and the general form for the reaction. Types of redox electrode: laboratory electrodes, inline electrodes, submersible electrodes.
Created using Powtoon.